Hi, everybody. Mic test. Hi, Nicole.
Hello, everyone.
Oh no.
Oh,
Are you muted?
no.
Can't do a Zoom call without going, can you see my screen? Can you hear me? That's just my dog.
Can you hear me?
Hey, everybody, getting loads of people joining. So we will give people a few minutes to do what we're doing, which is frantically work out how Zoom works again, because we've all been on Teams for months. Oh, they can hear you both.
Excellent. Right, if you can hear us both, like throw your charity name into the chat. Do you want to know where everyone's from?
I'd muted my laptop. That was my fault. Everything was working perfectly.
Brilliant. It's got a bit mad now in the chat. Let's see if we can keep up. Cash for Kids. Oh, hello. Global, make some noise. Hello.
Nicole.
Yeah.
This is what it feels like to be a streamer. Look at all.
I couldn't deal with this. This is all a bit much, isn't it?
Oh, we've got loads of people on here. This
is like really exciting, but actually a little bit terrifying as well. Like I've been showered in like paper bag gif all week about this. This is happening now.
It's happening. It's going to be great.
Hello, Ewan, Wendy, Wiltshire Ambulance. Hi.
I have a question. To me, the World Gaming Day logo on my background is backwards. Is it the right way around for you guys? Yeah. God, Zoom just confuses you, because I think it's trying to show you your mirror image as you're talking so that I don't get distracted by another me looking the other way.
What's more distracting is I know that people in my office can see me there and on screen as well. I'm trying to not look in that direction in case they're trying to distract me.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. Just going to give everyone a couple more minutes to join. There are so many charities on here today. My goodness. Thank you for confirming it's the right way. This is the other thing about streaming. You ask one question and 17,000 people go, yes, I can see it's the right way around. It's very helpful. A few more shout outs. Got Deafblind UK, Brain Tumor Research, Dementia UK, Aaron from Mind. We've got Rainbow's Hospice,
National
Ambulance,
Society, Cats Protection. Wow. This is quite exciting, isn't it? All our friends in the charity sector all piled in to come and say hello, which is quite nice. We're not talking to empty screen. All's good.
Wallace and Gromit's Grand Appeal. That's my favourite one so far. Street Child on here. Club Peloton, Cats Protection, Roundabout Sheffield. This is great. This is exactly what we needed. Charities that are well known and charities that are not so well known, all involved.
Oh, first question of the day. Can we get recording of this? You will be getting recording later today.
Yes. I feel like we should have done this as a charity stream. Webinar should be about half an hour, 45 minutes, thereabouts, Joe.
Get your sandwiches, have your lunch.
Yeah.
We'll try not to bore you to tears, try and keep it as lively as possible and keep it moving.
We'll kick off properly in about 60 seconds or so, just to allow the stragglers to join. We had, I think, over 200 different charities, about 250 different people from those charities registered for today's webinar. And to already have 170 of you on this within minutes of starting is pretty good. So thank you all for giving this the time. A hello from Ukraine. Let me get this right. Tabla Tochki Foundation. Hi. All the way from Ukraine. That's amazing.
Well, it is World Gaming Day, Lee.
World Gaming Day.
Gaming doesn't have borders. What can I say?
Gaming without borders. There's something there as well. No more ideas. There are too many. Right. Let's kick off. So we're going to do the formal bit first. So a bit of introduction, and then we'll walk you through World Gaming Day. And there's a Q&A at the end. Obviously, there's the chat that I know a few people from Leukemia Care and Give Penny are both on. Nicole and I are keeping an eye on the chat as well. Very relaxed affair. Nicole and I are relaxed individuals. We'll try not to swear as we go along, but we're quite loose in terms of like conversational approach. So there's nothing formal here and nothing too serious, other than the fact this is amazing and we can't wait to share it with you. So quick introductions. I'm Lee. I'm the founder and the CEO at GivePenny, a fundraising platform. We've been there as a platform for a number of years, but in the past couple of years, we've been quietly building a cool fundraising platform, helping charities launch amazing events and campaigns throughout the pandemic and beyond. I'm a gamer. I'm 43 years old, which means I've played games all my life. I had an Amstrad CPC 464 and I used to have Bruce Lee on tape. That's my earliest gaming memory. Although gaming memory, actually, one of my dad's mates had an Atari and had Pong with the very nice wood paneled finish on the console. So yeah, I've been a gamer all my life. And at the age of 43, once a year, probably, I still get swept away by a decent PlayStation game for a month or so. I have streamed as well, but not to many people. It was to raise money. In fact, I streamed outside in a pub garden for 24 hours in the rain during the winter to raise a couple of grand for shelter. And there's nothing like the threat of an electric shock to keep you awake in the early hours of morning while you're playing Red Dead Redemption or Spider-Man. I can tell you that. Nicole?
So to give the formal title, I'm Director of Comms and Fundraising here at Leukemia Care. I would say I'm not as hardcore a gamer recently, but I've been playing games since I was about 4 or 5 years old. I used to have, because I'm old, as my team likes to call me, I had the original grey Game Boy, Tetris on it, black and white. Yes, in those days it was black and white, early 90s. Various consoles over time. Used to be quite into Halo at one point. Quite happy.
Game.
Halo's still bangs. Metal Gear Solid, all the classic 90s games, Tomb Raider. Remember having a PlayStation, having to buy the magazine to get the cheat codes and things like that. So always been interested in gaming. And it's good to see in the chat, there's a lot of people here who are actually sharing their gaming memories, which is really cool, actually. I actually quite like games as well, like Sims. I know I'm far too old to be confessing that I'm really into Sims, but I everyone's had Sims, set the house on fire, that sort of thing. So all a proper range of games and stuff. So yeah, that's my history with gaming, and I'm very excited to bring World Gaming Day and hopefully to the sector today, and hopefully you all love the idea as much as we did at Leukemia Care.
That's amazing. Lots of love in the chat for the idea that we're all gamers. That's going to come front of mind in a minute for everybody here. So thanks for joining us today. We, as you can probably tell, we've been quite humbled by the response. Hundreds of charities have registered for today's webinar and been in touch beforehand because they just can't wait. And we've done a few introductory meetings with a few charities already, which might tell you something about where the sector is right now. It's been a tough first 6 months of the year for everybody. The return to third-party events, for example, hasn't been as easy as I think we all hoped it would be. It's getting harder and harder to get people to agree to take on traditional events. Are we yearning for something to get behind? Do we all need in the sector something that we can rally on? And hopefully by the end of this webinar, a lot of you will feel this is something that your charity should be getting behind, whether your charity is super big or whether it's super small. We've built this for everyone. So how did we get here today? Well, World Gaming Day as a concept was born out of necessity, a little bit of frustration and a lot of inspiration from the work done already by charities up and down the country in the world of gaming for good. Over the years, I've spoken to hundreds of charities about their desire to get into gaming for good. And despite months and months of research, which tends to be the same research that everybody goes through, independently, all the charities seem to come to the same finishing point, the same fundraising concept, that we can get streamers to stream for us and they'll raise money. I think very early on, Nicole, your experience with Gaming for Good paints a picture that most people will resonate.
Yeah, so we went in at 2018, so the old PP, pre-pandemic. We did a bit of streaming. We did launch a concept called Fortnite for a Fortnight. So this is back in the early days of GivePenny as well. And I was very much, if we just launch a streaming product, everyone's going to want to stream for us. The reality is quite different to that. Streamers do want to stream for charities, but you've got to find your streamers. Streamers have got to be very engaging. They need to have their own followers. We did okay with Fortnite for a Fortnight, but it was a lot of effort back then to get people to do it. People didn't really get the whole streaming for good concept. And we realised it takes a lot of effort to get streaming off the ground. And actually, as we'll talk about in this presentation, streaming is literally that much of the gaming world. Streaming is a very specific subset, but all charities will talk about streaming and actually ignoring the biggest subset of people, which is gamers. Not all gamers are streamers.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
it's time for the charity world to focus on the gamers who just want to play games.
Yeah, and the streaming for good thing has worked quite well for some. We can't get away from that. We all know about the success stories of the charities that have managed to build a community of streamers, raise hundreds of thousands of pounds in any given year. Shout out to Macmillan for being one of the organisations that got out ahead of this, partnered with Twitch in the early years, did a charity stream, raised loads of money, and then encouraged others to do the same. The thing is, like Nicole alluded to, that is just a small subsection of the people that play video games. If you look at the chat now, if you haven't looked already, the list of people that have mentioned video games they remember playing, and there's words like love in there, Mario Kart lover, for example. We all play games, all of us, millions and millions of people, in fact, but we don't stream. So we've built something for the people that don't stream, that do like video games. We want to see World Gaming Day raise £1 million. I don't see why it can't raise £1 million. If streamers coming together for one of the biggest fundraising products in the land around streaming can raise £900,000 in a year, and I'm talking about Game Heroes for Macmillan, then knowing that that's just the people who have the technical know-how, the equipment, and the skills and experience to garner an audience to then stream to them regularly, so that when they then do a Gaming for Good exercise, they can ask them to donate, which is a lot of steps in the chain. Imagine the size of the opportunity for people who want to get together and play video games with their mates. Cut into different formulas, you could have 20,000 people raising 50 quid each, 5,000 people raising 200 quid on average, and everything in between. But if you consider that across male and female in the age group of 25 to 45, there is a relatively even split across the two subsections. Around 11 million people played games last year, and that's a growing trend. I think it's 3 billion people have played video games in the last year, and the year before it's 2.5 billion. And that's because, pandemic has accelerated that, along with the other things that it did. All we need is less than 2% of the people in the UK that want to play video games or see that as a cool activity or something fun to do, to get together with their friends in order to hit that 1 million mark. I think from your perspective, Nicole, as a let's say a mid-tier charity, like giving the guys and girls on the presentation today a little bit of a feel for what they could expect. I think, the large charities, it's all about what they get put in, they'll get back, and it's the same for small too, isn't it?
Yeah, so with World Gaming Day, as we go through the presentation, I hope you see that what we're offering is literally a plug and play gaming product that you can offer your supporters. We'll give you, I likened it to making a cake earlier, so we'll literally give you all the ingredients that you need to make an amazing cake, but you need to bake it. So this is a case of, we will give you all the ingredients you need to succeed, but you essentially need to push it out to your supporters. There will be some people in this webinar thinking, we've got no gamers on our database. One, you have, and two, your database knows people who game. You look at those statistics, how many people are gaming here in the UK, everyone on your database will know somebody who plays games, who potentially could be doing this for your chosen charity. So yeah, we've lined up all the things that you need to make this a success, but we know the charity sector is much stronger together. When we mobilize, it makes it a much bigger event. my personal opinion, the London Marathon works as an event because it covers all the charity sector. We all come together for one day. Everyone's raising money for their individual charities, but it's that feeling of togetherness that makes it so special. I think this is something that the charity sector can mobilise behind, rather than us all coming up with little gaming products. Let's get behind one day and see what the collective effort can bring.
And the answer to that is a lot more than £1 million. And if you're a small charity and you get 100 people to host a gaming day, you'll more than cover the cost of getting involved. And if you're a large charity, looking at the people that interact with your cause across all of your social media audiences, your email databases, and every other part of your audience, whether they're a runner or a cyclist or a baker or a swimmer or someone who shaved their head or sat in a bath of beans, I got that in there, then they are people who play video games or could play video games and would find it fun if they did it with others. So effectively, we're looking for people to host a gaming day on the back of the fact that we did a ton of research. And yes, we discovered the same things as everyone else looking at gaming for good in the sector. When gaming is the fundraising mechanic, streaming's the answer because it raises the most money per fundraiser when it works. However, we looked further afield as well. We took inspiration from the history and the success of things like NSPCC's Letter from Santa and Macmillan's Coffee Morning, and the fact that both of those events jumped onto behaviours that are already occurring. People get together to play games, whether it's FIFA and Fortnite online on a Friday night, Call of Duty. A few months ago, my mate James invited me over to his house to play a VR game called Beat Saber. Now, if you've not seen this game, it's a game where you use lightsabers to make music. We had a couple of beers, laughed at each other a lot as we did our best to avoid smashing up his living room, basically. And then there are obvious comparisons to charities that have built events that other charities can take part in, like Tommy's amazing work with London Landmarks. But we looked at the failures as well. So there's a graveyard somewhere where all the failed streaming for good products are that didn't quite make it out of their first iteration because they didn't go very well. And when we zoomed out, what struck us is that there's a simplicity to the idea of play and an incredible power up when we play together. So given the past few years we've all had, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure most of you will feel this way, the timing for a fundraising campaign that brings people together for a bit of fun could not be better right now. So World Gaming Day, when you strip it back, is a modern coffee morning. And just as coffee isn't the main fundraising mechanic in the event, gaming isn't necessarily the main thing about World Gaming Day. So in October, we're asking all of you to arrange get-togethers, asking the public to do the same. Friends, family, work colleagues, and get together and play games. In return for turning up for World Gaming Day, everyone should be asked to donate a tenner. I'll be hosting a gaming day with my friends and family at the house. My wife doesn't know yet. But we're going to be setting up the consoles that the kids and I have. So the kids have got a Switch, I've got a PlayStation. We're going to have other families come over and we're all just going to spend a day playing games together. Call it a play date. But it's themed, and the idea will be that we'll ask those families to donate a tenner in return. I think Leukemia Care are planning on, you've got a pretty good venue for your...
Yeah, so we've got some stuff going on with like an arcade bar, but our CEO, Zach, who's in the chat somewhere, I know he showed me the WhatsApp, he's sent his group chat message saying, hold the date, 22nd of October. He's laying on the snacks and stuff, they just need to donate a tenner, and they're already going, yeah, we're in. So it's an easy concept to sell. Come over, low cost, it's cheaper than a night out somewhere. Host your mates, make a donation, job done. Everyone has a great time.
Yeah. And what about the streamers? So
there's always going to be streamers that want to do this. And the thing is, we're not turning streamers away. World Gaming Day is whatever you want it to be. essentially. And you know what? It'd be brilliant if you had a load of streamers come forward and say, I want to do a stream for you on World Gaming Day. Embrace it, go for it. There will be stuff on offer for streamers. So as part of the marketing packages, we will send you the overlays for Twitch. So if they want an overlay with, sorry if I'm talking a different language to people, but on Twitch, there's a screen and they can have logos put on their screen and things like that. We will provide the overlay. We will provide what the streamer needs for World Gaming Day. You don't need to worry about that. All you need to worry about is telling your supporters that you are getting involved in World Gaming Day.
Had a question. It's not naive. This is perfectly valid. What's a streamer? So a streamer is someone who chooses to play video games and they use software to then stream that to others. So people can watch them play video games. And a bit like you're watching us on Zoom today, you can see us and then you can see the screen that I've shared. A streamer will be showing their gameplay and their reaction to it most of the time. And then charities have made a habit of getting in touch with streamers and saying, can you do that for charity? And then their audiences donate while they're watching. Think of it like, perfect, Emma, Gogglebox for gamers. Basically, everybody's trying to be Terry Wogan in Children in Need when they do a Streaming for Good exercise. Hopefully that's helped.
It's huge. It is huge. So if you have any time in the next few days, go onto Twitch. You can go on there and just click on a random script, like it will show you people who are playing. Go on there and just watch them. These people are really entertaining as well. So people have massive followings. You have some people who've got really small followings, but they are there to entertain others. It literally is Gogglebox for gaming. So some people only stream a certain game. They have schedules. It's a whole nother world. Go and have a look. It's really exciting. That's all I can say about it. It's really fun.
Steph has asked, just digital and online games or board games too? So this is an interesting question. So board games, absolutely valid. You never get in the way of what someone wants to do. You wouldn't necessarily use board games as the hook to encourage people to take part. But you wouldn't discourage people from using board games as the backdrop to their gaming day. So yeah, we're suggesting that actually you're leaning into the idea that people are playing video games for this. There are other questions from different charities as well. We have answers for those as we go through the presentation, and if we miss them, I promise we will come back. So how it works. So inspired to take part, whether that be from an email that people have, that organizations have sent, or a social media post or an advertising campaign or press release, or the fact that it's got on telly or any of that kind of stuff, someone is encouraged to take part in a World Gaming Day. And what they're signing up to is hosting on World Gaming Day. They get an email journey that's automated, behavior driven, already written by the team at Leukemia Care and Give Penny, thanking them for signing up. They also get a video that they can share with their mates to invite them to the World Gaming Day. We're doing everything we can to get a bunch of celebrities to do videos for that very purpose. And if anybody on the call has got links with celebrities or influencers that would be willing to do short videos to benefit the wider campaign, then help us build an amazing product. If there's any way you can put us in touch with them, that would be fantastic. That said, if you are thinking, do you know what, the reasonable thing to do would be to take advantage of the existing partnerships that we have as a charity and do that, then fill your boots. It'll be fantastic. But either way, we think a video invite will go some way to helping make it easy for the fundraiser to ask their friends to turn up on World Gaming Day. Guests are then invited to donate a tenner to turn up. And the crucial thing here is that they're getting something in return. I'll come back to that in a minute. And then the host prepares their home or their workplace. It could be a lunchtime, a bit like a coffee morning, lunchtime gaming day event, or any other venue they've decided to use. And there might be some weird and wonderful and wacky places people decide to do World Gaming Day, but sports clubs, pubs, community groups, you name them, there'll be places that people have their gaming days. And online. So a lot of people do make a habit of playing together online on a regular basis with the same group of people, and they'll play games together. This could be a way to turn that existing activity into a fundraising ask purely for World Gaming Day. So yeah, the idea that someone is turning up and getting something in return for their £10 donation is something worth talking about. So we're under no illusion. At the moment, a fundraiser has quite a tall task ahead of them. So let's take someone that's agreed to do a skydive for a charity. They'll have like a £500 fundraising target. And effectively, they're saying to their friends and family, can you donate to my fundraising page so I can go and do a skydive? Now, the donor, the only thing they get in return is the warm and fuzzy feeling of donating to a charity. That's hard. And I know from talking to lots of charities that some of these traditional events and challenges aren't really cutting the mustard when it comes to equipping fundraisers with a way to ask their friends to donate, where the donors feel like they're getting something in return. And the reason that's important is because the backdrop to all of this is the cost of living crisis is really beginning to bite. So asking someone to donate a tenner in return for popping around to my house for a few hours to play games, it'll be fun. That's something really creative and engaging. And as you'll see, when we talk about how GivePenny works as a fundraising platform, there are other ways that are creative that can encourage a donor to make a donation where they get something valuable in return. And we'll go on to that in a bit more detail now. So how it works for charities. Let me make sure I've got my notes in the right place. So yeah, we're all going to be asking people to get involved and fundraise for a charity of their choice. This could mean that you're able to get the general public, celebrities and influencers, corporate partners, local businesses, existing supporters. So all the people I mentioned earlier, the runners, the cyclists, the guys looking to shave their head for charity. This is actually not for charity. It's just because somebody said to me once at a wedding, I can see the back of your head from the front. So I just gave up. It might also help you attract new supporters as well. And GivePenny has a subscription-free account for those of you that are not already set up on the platform. And we've lined up support in our team to fast-track new partners and get their accounts set up quickly so that you can take advantage of this partnership. There will also be a series of webinars for charity partners covering everything from how to get the best from the marketing pack that we'll be providing to you through to building a community around World Gaming Day fundraisers, because it shouldn't be a one-off. The thing about every product is it grows, it gets better, it evolves, and we're planning on doing this every year. So the webinars will hopefully be very helpful from that point of view. The public marketing for World Gaming Day begins in September, which is when all of the charities that are partnering with the campaign go live on the website, and we can't wait. It can't come round soon enough. So how the fundraising platform works. For those of you not on GivePenny, this will be a quick boot camp, but we won't go through a full demo. Fundraisers will benefit from using the GivePenny fundraising experience, which is unique. They'll also have a fully branded, behavior-driven World Gaming Day email journey. What does that mean? It means that when a fundraiser needs to be nudged, or when a host needs to be nudged into action, we know when that should be. Based on all the data that we've gathered over the years about fundraising behavior, we know when to let them know that now's the time we should be doing it, and how they should be sharing their page or talking to their friends or preparing for their gaming day. Pages are easy to set up and have familiar tools that you guys are all used to with other platforms, like the ability to make one-off donations and leave a message, the ability to tick the gift aid box and claim the gift aid. But really, GivePenny users also have the ability to use donations to build Spotify playlists, which we see as being quite an important element of this campaign. So what I was talking about earlier about asking for money and not getting anything in return as a donor, imagine what happens when you say to your friends, I'm going to host a gaming day. There's a playlist that we're going to have on in the background while we're gaming. I need your help to build the playlist. Go to my fundraising page and follow the experience there. And effectively what they do is they search the entire Spotify database without leaving the GivePenny fundraising page, pick a song, and they can add it in return for a donation. And it's a minimum donation, like 50p. I think the average, one of the GivePenny guys can pop it in the chat. I think the average donation value for a song choice at the moment is about £9. I could be wrong. But then normally the second donation that someone's made, not the first donation, it's a top up. It's something else that someone will donate for, which is what's leading to higher fundraising amounts on GivePenny compared to traditional platforms without connections to things like Spotify and Twitch and so on. We also have a thing called milestones. So this is where your guests can pledge to donate against a specific challenge. And it could be, I don't know, complete Sonic the Hedgehog level 1 in under 30 seconds. Yes, I did that as a kid. I did it on a double-decker bus at the Games Master live show at the NEC, and I got a golden joystick, which for people who have no idea what I'm talking, that's just weird. But in the loft, I've got a golden joystick from Games Master for doing that. So yeah, with a milestone, you build a mini challenge and you ask your friends and family to pledge money against hitting that challenge. And then when it's marked as complete, they're prompted to donate. So it brings back some old school fundraising techniques to the digital world. Thank you, Emma from GivePenny. £12.30 is the average Spotify donation at the moment. That's gone up. And then streamers, they're going to stream. We don't have to tell them to. They're going to do it anyway because they're playing games. And if they connect their Twitch account to their GivePenny fundraising account, they get access to stream tools, so that all the animations that they can use and the live totalizers and thermometers and everything else that works really well for streamers. So yeah, that's how the fundraising experience works on GivePenny. The marketing toolkit, Nicole.
So marketing toolkit. So probably my biggest bugbear with events is when you get a marketing toolkit and it's not very good. So I'm making a pledge now that we're going to make a really usable marketing toolkit for all sides of charities. So as you will get physical assets such as social media assets, how to use them, you'll get your brand guidelines, you'll get, although we're doing triggered emails, so I've seen a couple of questions in the chat about how do the emails work in terms of behavior. This is literally plug and play, guys. You sign up to this, you don't have to schedule the email to go out. The emails that we're talking about in terms of GivePenny will trigger automatically according to what their page is doing. You literally sit back and don't have to do that. Any other emails, we will write all the example emails for you. So you can literally think, oh, well, I want to do a welcome email, but I haven't got time to write a welcome email. There will be one in the marketing toolkit. There will be an email for every sort of thing that you can think of. We've got your social media assets. We're building a gallery of images that you can use for gaming. So what we don't want is images, and this is what everyone does, of a lone person in a big pair of headphones in a dark room. That's what you see on all gaming or streaming campaigns. This is about bringing people together. So actually, we're not using stock images. We're using real people. We're getting a full gallery of pictures. You have your video invites. We're writing a fundraising pack so that can go to your hosts. And it will include like little things like mini games that they can do to raise extra money. You know, do you want to encourage your as a host, do you want to encourage people to come in fancy dress? Do you want to encourage people to complete a level? Can they properly complete a level? So can they collect all the tokens or the coins on a certain level? Those sort of challenges, they can build them out so they can raise extra money on the day. That will be in the fundraising pack. You won't have to write a fundraising pack. You will literally give this to your hosts. So if you're a charity watching this thinking, God, this sounds like a lot of work, the whole idea is that you sign up and in theory, all you have to do is tell people this is happening. If that's all you can manage to do, it's telling your database this is happening. In theory, you should be able to hand over all this stuff and have it all ready. If you're a one-man band doing all of this, you'll be able to copy and paste your social media posts, complete with photo, and know that you've done it. We know how hard it is out there at the minute and how much you've got to do. And what we don't want to do is say, here's a brand new idea and you need to come up with everything. At a base level, you will be able to use the marketing kit and that will cover everything you need to do to get this promoted and off the ground for your charity.
Yeah, and I think you've touched on it. We've got a few questions in the chat as well. We're moving on to the cost to take part now, and we're alluding to the hundreds and hundreds of hours that have gone into creating a product from the ground up that doesn't require much more work. And comparably, just like a coffee morning, you know, a charity can go off and create their own kind of version of a coffee morning. But if you've been given all of the assets, been given the marketing plan, include, I think there's a 6-week paid
marketing plan, yeah,
including there, like all this work has already been done. And you'll see from the cost levels, we've made it accessible, and it just about covers the cost of being able to set all of the campaigns up and doing the email journeys and effectively giving incredible value. So we'll go on to how the partnership levels work now. In order to get involved, if you go to charity.worldgamingday.org, you choose your partnership level, and we've made this accessible. So one of the gripes, Nicole, you can articulate it about, third-party events not being necessarily as accessible as they need to be.
So from our perspective, we're classified as a medium charity, but I see it all the time that all the big name events that you can think of, they exclude pretty much all the charities with lower income levels, just because the packages just aren't accessible. So we've tried to think of everything without it actually costing us money. We've tried to make it as entry level as possible. So there is a package available for any charity here with a income of less than $500,000. So there is a package just for you, exclusive for you, where we've tried to make that an accessible level. But at the same time, we've tried to make all the packages quite, for what you're getting. We're not asking anywhere near what the value is.
Yeah.
The value in this is charities coming together. That's what I have to stress on this. The more charities that come on board, the more this thing blows up. So we've tried to make it at a level where we can all go in together and go, actually, the collective power of this is going to drive it even further. This is going to bang anyway, but with everyone's getting involved in it, it's going to get even bigger.
Yeah, and the fact that it's unlimited places. I mean, one of the things about taking part in a third-party event and becoming a charity partner for a third-party event is you have to buy a number of places. So with World Gaming Day, you have an unlimited number of places for a low fee. So hopefully that resonates with you guys. And once you're on board as one of the charity partners, we're asking you to get in touch with everybody connected to your charity. Start with influencers, celebrities, staff, and get all of your supporters, and however they've engaged with you in the past, get them involved in World Gaming Day, and encourage them to share what they're up to on the day. It would be great to see World Gaming Day as a hashtag trending. It's not a target, but it would be great for a year one product. Ensure they use GivePenny so they get the best possible experience, and realize that this complements what you already have in any streaming for good products. Just like running, gaming is an activity that can have multiple fundraising events in a given year, even in a given month. And here's one that you can just plug and play with very little setup, because we've done all the work and put the energy in and really thought this through. So yeah, charities all on board, already on board. So pleased. Took me back when these guys agreed to come on board early. Stroke Association, Epilepsy Society, and FareShare, all three of those organisations have stepped up and said, you know what, this is great. I do have some comments. If I can find the right quotes. Give me a second.
Next slide, I think.
Did I put it on the next slide? I don't know. Hang on. Let me just read out one of the things that I had. We see World Gaming Day as an exciting opportunity for us to reach out to a new audience, change up our income streams, and be on the ground at the start of something new. It's exactly what we've been saying. Epilepsy Society, we've been wanting to add a gaming product to our events portfolio for a number of years, but never knew where to start. How familiar is that? I imagine there's quite a lot of you in that position. This felt like an easy and affordable solution that we hope our supporters get behind. And then FareShare, super excited to join this type of event. It seems like such a good fit for our supporters and is excellent timing as we look to grow our mass participation offering. This unique and relevant ask is, in my opinion, a perfect match. And it goes to show that the support that we know that is out there for getting a gaming product off the ground, and this is a simple way of doing that. So hopefully you guys want to come on board. So question and answers, like we've mentioned a few times, we're building this fast and certainly not going to stop improving this for all the charities involved. we also invite you to help us build it. Make it amazing. If you have an idea for like merchandise, I don't know, a World Gaming Day bandana or something like that, maybe we can create that for every charity to use as a merchandise item. So yeah, a lot of work's gone in from the team at Leukemia Care and Give Penny to bring this to life. I want to take this opportunity in front of everybody who's on this to say thanks, because thank you's not said enough, and you guys are amazing. So as a sector, we're asking you to get behind it and make it something special. So there's already been a few questions that we got during the webinar, so we'll do our best to answer those now.
Shall I? I've made some notes, some questions. Should we fire them out between us? I'm sure we can cover these off. So we've had a few questions about data. So you'll get the data of the participants that sign up for your charity. So you will be able to track where your supporters are, match them on your CRMs. I know as a charity using Give Penny, it's all downloadable. So it's quite easy to feed it back into whatever system you're using. Be able to, if you've got a finance team, look at you, they're able to see the data too, but you do get the data from your own challenges. So you will be able to see that.
You get a full-on login to Give Penny with your own reporting suite for everyone fundraising for you.
Few people asking about the fees on donations, Lee. This is all your domain as you own, but you have to give Penny.
We charge 5% on donations, so it's the old Just Giving model, which was never broken, let's face it. We are looking at one day reviewing whether that's the right way of doing things. I'm not sure how I feel about the tipping model, but Give Penny, we're set on charging a fair 5% per donation in return for provision of the platform. You can have a subscription-free account as a charity on our platform, regardless of size. And by having one of these partnerships, you just need a free account with your charity profile set up, and then our team can get your World Gaming Day environment and experience all set up nice and easily and quickly. Rowena asked, do you have insights on demographics that we could share? It's been a very busy time for marketing and events around that time, so the more we know about the audience, the better we can target and not oversaturate. Fair question. I think given how much video games touch everybody in some way, we have got audience insights. We can share that as part of the marketing pack. But broadly, 25 to 45 in the UK, and depending on the social media platform and its ability to segment audiences, you might have other ideas on how to find the people that have access to video games and the idea of wanting to spend time with people. But it's quite a broad mass participation, get the public involved kind of thing. So, but yeah, we'll share some audience insights as part of the pack. Will we need to have a Give Penny account as a charity to take part? Yes, but like there's a subscription free version. Are we talking about adults fundraising or children? Talking about adults. So like with all fundraising platforms, you have to be over a certain age to have a fundraising page. But I imagine there'll be plenty of parents, I'm one of them, that will say to the kids, we're going to have everybody over, we're going to be playing Minecraft and Fortnite and everything in between. So yeah, it's adults that's fundraising, but I imagine this will be involving families. Does Give Penny claim gift aid on our behalf, or do we have to do this in-house? We can do gift aid on your behalf. It's during the setup we ask you if you want to do it. Highly recommend doing it because it's less admin for you. How is it to customize these journeys and marketing plans to suit individual audiences? Two different questions. The email journeys are rigid, and it's so that we can deploy them with best practice, and they're pre-written and they've been pre-mapped based on experience of what we know works. And from the marketing plan point of view, we're providing you with a plan. It's a draft. It's up to you how you do your marketing, but it's going some way to giving you some starting points. So you can customize your own marketing plan based on your own individual audiences. Difference between level 2 and level 1 partnership is about exposure. So we're pumping money and time and resource into getting World Gaming Day exposure. And level 1 partners will be featured prominently both on the website for World Gaming Day and in press releases and any media that we get as suggested partners that have come on board. Level 2 is less less of that, and more focused on providing the journey so you guys can get people involved. Small charity, 500k annual income, as reported on the Charity Commission website in your latest accounts. So if you've got that, you can access the level 3 costing. I've got a couple more, Nicole. My charity is £12 million turnover, but this is mainly contract income, not voluntary, which can only be used to provide the services. Is this level 1, level 2 partnership for us? It's a personal choice, Carol. You can't access level 3 because your charity has an annual income over 500k. So it will be level 1 or level 2, depending on what kind of exposure you're looking for. And then Lucy says, sorry if already answered, but do hosts register on Give Panel? No. Give Penny, I think you mean. And when they do, is there a prompt in the form to say which charity you're fundraising for? It's a good point, actually. The journey for your fundraisers will be that they, from your promotional activity, will be sent to your version of World Gaming Day. So if they land on the World Gaming Day website and they see your logo and then they click on through, they'll either land on your website where you might have a form where you want to collect some information about them, or you can send them directly to your Give Penny campaign page. So they can be funneled that way. But any proactive marketing, we'd be suggesting that you send them direct to your instance of World Gaming Day. And yes, Give Penny, not Panel. Thank you for the differentiation. We both came around about the same time and didn't talk to each other about names. Nicole?
Very few questions about marketing pack. The marketing pack is due to be with partners from the 1st of August. So if you have signed up prior to the 1st of August, you will get your pack then. Obviously, we're taking sign-ups until the 26th of August. So that's the date for the diary. That is the final date for charity partnership sign-ups. Obviously, the earlier you sign up, the earlier you get your assets, you get longer to plan. After this webinar, I know Hayley and Emma and the team have been building an email. You will get an email that has the charity brochure in there. You will get an explainer video, and then later today, you'll get a copy of the full webinar. We're not that quick to turn around the webinar recording. So there will be an explainer video and your charity brochure if you need to go and talk to people about it, if you're keen. But yeah, your assets will start to come from the 1st of August. And there'll be like a marketing plan, the 6-week plan and things like that in there.
I should say that the deadline for charity partnerships is the 26th. Given that we all know what this is like when you're creating an event from scratch, if you can hold on, if you can make decisions quickly and help spread that over the period of time rather than all coming in on the 26th, that would be great. The earlier you guys can make a decision, maybe talk to colleagues about getting involved in World Gaming Day as a charity, the easier it will make it for us. Also, the maximum level of exposure you get to our team to collaborate on things to make your World Gaming Day as successful as possible. So yes, it's a deadline. Please don't treat it like a target, because if everybody does this on the 26th, we're going to have a very long weekend that weekend.
I've had a question about the plan for World Gaming Day after today. This is not a one-off event. I can tell you now, this will be happening annually. There's nothing worse than an annual day that's set up and it only ever happens once. So making a commitment now, this will happen over and over again. I will say it's a bit like we've been with London Marathon from the very start. I do think it helps to be at the very start, at the beginning, you build that association with a brand and such. And this is a thing. This is a thing, guys. Like, this is the earliest opportunity to get involved with it and help develop it in terms of, we're very open to ideas on this. This isn't we're going to dictate to you this how it's done. Actually, if people come forward and say, have you thought about this? We can work this into that. That's the thing. It's very much a collaborative thing in terms of we want the sector to own this as well.
Yeah. On the collaboration, Nicole, a question from Philippa Stannard. Is the fee split between Give Penny and Leukemia Care? Yes, it is. Yeah. It's a 50-50 partnership. It's fundraisers and gamers. We've got people who used to work in the charity sector. I don't know why I'm pointing over there. It's my kitchen. We've got people who, although that is the headquarters, we have people who used to work in the charity sector who work for us, as well as people who play games. And then Nicole's team is full of people that have worked in the sector and have gamers as well. So we're effectively co-founders of World Gaming Day. We bring the tech, and Nicole and the team bring all of the fundraising magic to what we're doing.
But a question about events. So it's a bit like any coffee morning product. Every charity seems to have one, and everyone seems to set a day or a week or their month for their coffee morning. There are always going to be people who say, I can't make that day, can I make it another day? Technically, yeah, they can. Will events after the 22nd or before the 22nd potentially have as much exposure as World Gaming Day itself? No. I mean, it's a bit like anything that's got a big day attached to it. The main focus is on that day. However, if someone came to me and said, I want to do a World Gaming Day event on the 12th of October, go for it. I wouldn't stop people doing it. It's just that I would focus all my efforts in promoting that 22nd date, which is obviously a Saturday as well, if anyone's checked the diary. So it's a weekend date so people can get together. It might be that you have, I don't know, schools or colleges that want to get involved, unis, and they want to do it on the Friday night on the 21st. Great. And they'll benefit from all the run up and all the people talking about World Gaming Day. But the main focus for us will be on that Saturday itself. But it's not something to turn people down. It might be that you want to use it as a way of leapfrogging into your awareness month. I know we've got a lot of awareness months coming up. Use it for that. Use it as a springboard. Use it alongside your existing products. Like if you've already got a streaming for good product or a gaming product where you've got an audience, great. Turn around to them and say, did you know World Gaming Day is happening? What's World Gaming Day? Well, it's happening on the 22nd of October. Hold an event. You already know that the gamers or streamers, this doesn't detract from that product. As you say, we've got runners in multiple events this year, but they're runners. They're not beholden to one particular event. So actually, this is a charity-wide event for gamers. That's literally all the proposition is.
Yeah. We got a question here from Shirley from Deafblind UK. Will the marketing assets be fully accessible to all, regardless of ability? Short answer is yes. In fact, the platform itself, when we rebrand,
I will say GivePenny are really hot on this, really, really hot. So we've just built a separate walking challenge product with GivePenny, and Hayley, our account manager, shout out to Hayley in the comments. She's gone through all of it for accessibility, pointed out where there's problems, and actually made all the suggestions of we need to change this, we need to change that. Accessibility has been one of the drivers for what we do.
Yeah,
so it'd be the same for this.
Yeah, we worked with Scope in the summer of last year to make our platform as accessible as possible. So we meet some of the highest standards for accessibility. So with the marketing assets, yes. I also think there's another question in that will the marketing assets be fully accessible for people regardless of ability? That might also refer to if people are doing their best to be marketeers without a marketing team, will the assets be usable for those individuals? Then yes, there'll be plenty of guidance and what have you as we go. And
we are doing some further webinars. So for confirmed partners, we will be running webinar sessions on various aspects of World Gaming Day. So there'll be lots of hand holding, lots of people coming together, sharing ideas. You don't need to be looking at this thinking, I don't even know where you'd start with this. Yeah. Nobody's left on their own. I will say, as a platform, and we don't just use, we've got access to multiple fundraising platforms. GivePenny is our number one platform in terms of, because we get support. Our account manager they're not just a name on a screen. I can literally call them up. I can talk to them. They're always on hand with all the silly questions. The amount of times I've had to say, I don't know how to set this up, and I normally get a phone call back like the same day saying, I'll take you through it right now. Let's screen share. It's that level of support, and we're all learning together. It's quite clear that actually, I'd say the most of the sector does not really know about this market as such. There's so much we can do together to learn more about how we talk to this group of people. How do we build events that really suit their lifestyle as well? So I think there's a lot of learning to be done, and I know that we've got the right account managers in place to make this really go.
Another question from Lottie. Can we have bespoke graphics created that link World Gaming Day to our own Gaming for Good product? Short answer is you'll have access to the World Gaming Day logos and everything, and you can create your own merch, which is great. In terms of whether you'd want to link World Gaming Day with your own product, it feels reasonable. Never had to think about answering that, but I don't think it'd be a problem. We can take that offline with you. Bottom line is, we just want people playing games on World Gaming Day to raise money for you. So, yeah. Double check from Emily Kinder. As charities, we can set up a non-subscription free account on GivePenny. Not quite right. Subscription free account on GivePenny, so you won't be charged to be present on the platform. and we only charge 5% on donations. And if you're a partner for World Gaming Day, you pay the fee to become a partner, but that gives you everything we've been talking about today. So you end up with a profile on GivePenny and World Gaming Day hosted on GivePenny. And then you might want to talk about using GivePenny for other events like London Marathon or whatever it might be, or virtual events that you might have in mind. But yeah, there's no commitment after that. Don't worry about the bad wording. It wasn't badly worded. It's fine. We have a summary PDF we could share afterwards. There's an email coming out tomorrow, along with a very cool 90-second video that Reese from our team created that you can show people, that explains what World Gaming Day is all about, that we hope will go some way to help and convince others in your organisation to take part. Concern here about the cost of taking part being above the budget. Is there any support we could do with this? The £500 level 3 for charities with an income of less than 500k per year is as cheap as we can make this, given the amount of work that goes into just working with that one partner to create World Gaming Day for them. And it certainly doesn't really represent the amount of value that you're getting in return. So £500 is the cheapest we can do for the small charities. Will the summary PDF include what's in the marketing toolkit? I forgot to write down it all. We can provide a list of assets that are going to be that will be provided in the marketing toolkit, and you can ask us as well. If we miss anything, you can always ask us. As part of the package, does every supporter sign up get a free World Gaming Day t-shirt from us? No, you are free to create your own merch using the World Gaming Day logo. Nicole modeling the World Gaming Day t-shirt that they've had made for their supporters, taking part and fundraising for Leukemia Care. I'm just thinking, just having a quick look to see if there's anything else that we've missed. Seeing that you had a connection with YouTube and Twitter, does the branding and overlays and stuff work for Facebook streamers? So this isn't a Facebook fundraising exercise. However, it is possible for someone who wants to stream on Facebook to access GivePenny's stream tools. We can show you how that works for those instances, but really it's a GivePenny hosted campaign. So fundraising should happen on GivePenny is our strong recommendation. There's something else that I saw up here. 1 second, there was another one. Recorded session, yes, that will be sent out. Can we link our existing game with good product with World Gaming Day? Yes. That's it. Deadline, it's on the screen. Does it include donor data and fundraiser data? What's the gift aid situation? All those reports will be available on GivePenny for you. That's it. And then we've got 9 new messages, and it's, can we have clarity about the fee? So we charge 5% on every donation taken at the point of payment, which is the same as Just Giving used to work, for those of you that are familiar with how that used to work. The account that you need on GivePenny, you can have as a charity subscription free. So the only charge you will ever pay to be on our platform in that instance will be 5% on any donation coming through the platform. If you then become a charity partner, you would have purchased level 1, 2, or 3 to be part of this campaign. If you then want to use GivePenny in the future for other campaigns and events, there's a whole campaign credit system that we have. It's like a few £100 for a campaign credit. So you can launch a campaign on the platform. Hopefully that's helped. 3 charities have already signed up. We've had Stroke Association, Epilepsy Society, and FareShare. Exposure is the major difference between packages 1 and 2. So it's whether or not you want to be featured prominently as a larger logo on the World Gaming Day site and featured quite high up in any press releases that we do. Oh, okay. David's asking about the Facebook thing. So didn't mean the fundraising aspect on Facebook. I watch Facebook streamers and would love to contact a few about World Gaming Day. Would the stream overlays be accessible for them? It would be if they're using a streaming software like most streamers do, like OBS or something like that. They can use the stream tools that are on GivePenny, so they'll be able to sort that out. what investment in digital marketing will we be making as World Gaming Day, as co-founders, depending on how many partners come on board. That will dictate the volume of cash we put into generating exposure for World Gaming Day as a whole and driving traffic to the main World Gaming Day website. It's very much a snowball effect. Do have an outline of a typical ROI. The marketing pack will have within the plan, a fully costed plan. It depends on how many hosts you think you can encourage. But in effect, we're saying that people who host a gaming day will raise on average £50, and anyone who chooses to stream, so the small percentage of people that will stream, will raise about £150 on average. How does it work if someone wants to host an online World Gaming Day event? What do you give people to do that? It's the same journey. They're just choosing a day where they're going to play online together, and the idea is the host asks those people taking part to donate a tenner in honor of what they're doing on that evening. And then that's it. I think that's it in terms of questions. I hope we answered everything. There's still 100 people watching. I hope we answered everything. Full recording will be sent out. You're getting an email, might even be in your inbox now. And then we'll follow up this on with a recording. But yeah, just wanted to say thank you to everybody involved.
So if anyone's got any direct questions, you can get to me. I'm charity@worldgamingday.co.uk. So it's charity@worldgamingday.co.uk. If you want to ask any questions, I'm more than happy to give fuller answers as well in written format. But you will get everything in an email, I hope, so you can show off stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed our rambles for the last hour, and yeah, have a great Tuesday. Thank you very much.
A lot of love for this here. This is wonderful. I like to stay on until the last person leaves. So we're at 84, 83. And I always use the same joke. I always say there's a post-credit scene, and I see how many people stay. Lots and lots of thanks. Thanks, everybody. We should have done this as a charity stream, shouldn't we? Maybe next year. Lynn says,
there's a compliment and a half. Someone stayed for the whole webinar. I've never done that before either. Woo, we've won. Yes. Thank you very much.
Lynn from
emails coming at 1:30 according to Hayley. Keep your eyes on your inboxes, 1:30.
Lynn from Action for Kids said, no, you say goodbye, Lee. No, you say goodbye. Oh, staying for the post-credit. Yeah.
You got to think of something now, Lee. You've got to do something interesting.
Some movies don't have post-credit scenes. 26 people hovering around. That might be most of the team and a few charities, hasn't it? 24 waiting on an exit message from Dr. Disrespect. Have you ever seen Mr. Tourette on Adult Swim?
No.
You'll love that. That
really?
Very, very non-PC and very funny.
Okay, that sounds my bag. You know, I've had to desperately hold everything in for this whole webinar and had to think about everything I'm saying. I'm so not charity.
You did very well. You did really, really well. This is still being recorded, so if anybody lasts until the end, we'll see what we ran.
Cheerio, David.
Thanks, everybody. 17 people. You have to stay to the end. It's just the law. Although if there's only staff on now, leave, please.
Thanks, Joanne. Should we just go really silent now and just creep them out so they all just have to leave?
Stop sharing so that they get full face. I think we're down to 9 attendees. There's no post-credit scene, not for this movie. Maybe next year there'll be a post-credit scene. We can all play Tetris. Crowdsourced Tetris. You can all go left, left, right, right, turn, turn. It'll be a nightmare. Although this might be people that are on but not watching and waiting for it to end. I've had that before. 7. Down to 7. They're not going. Do some name checks. No, not fair. I won't do that. Oh, Helen's mouse ran out of battery.
How annoying would that be, just having us rabbiting on whilst you can't turn it off?
I'm going to call this at 5. When we get down to 5, I'm calling it. We're down to 6. One final person to leave. Okay, I'm gonna put the 20-second rule in now. 20 seconds, and then we're gonna finish, unless it goes down to 5. Still got that. Don't swear. Don't swear. Don't swear. Don't swear. No, it's not happening. Thank you very much. See ya.